Hello everyone, welcome to this week's video. As you remember, last time we talked about writing from pictures, and what we did last time was we took notes answering some basic questions about this picture. Most of the things that we wrote about were inferred, things that we didn't necessarily know, like this is their mom's house and the brother is doing this because he's eaten way too many chocolate-covered Oreos and is far too excited, and he's absolutely annoying his other brother who does not believe that he is being nearly mature enough. So we're going to take these notes, and since these notes are very difficult to write from, what we're going to do is we're going to move them into a keyword outline. Now, before I start with this, let me tell you something. If you have 3 pictures that you're writing from, your job is really easy. Picture 1, you can talk about in paragraph 1. Picture 2, you can talk about in paragraph 2. Picture 3, you can talk about in paragraph 3. However, since we only have 1 picture, I have to do a little bit more work. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this picture all in number 2. Exactly what's going on right there. For the first paragraph, I'm going to introduce the situation. Who is in this picture? When is this happening? And why is this situation happening? In the second paragraph, like I said, I'll talk about exactly what's going on. Where's the situation? How is it all being done? What are they doing, thinking, and feeling? And in the last paragraph, I'll write about what happens next. What happens after this faux snow has been thrown at the older brother? So, let me go ahead and start moving these notes, which are exactly what we talked about last time, I just wrote them down, into this keyword outline. So, let's start off with who. Who are these people? Well, as I mentioned before, they're brothers. And I actually gave them names because they deserve them. Let's see, we got Drew and Anthony. I figured he looks like a Drew to me. And he definitely looked like an Anthony. He does not like to be called Tony, though, so don't even think about it. All right, now the second thing I want to talk about is when, and a little bit of where. So when this is, well, it's obviously Christmas time. And the where would be at their mom's house. Let's see, now what was making this situation happening? What's the why behind the situation? Well, it has to do with the chocolate-covered Oreos that I discussed earlier. So before dinner, Drew ate too many cookies. And to emphasize that it's far too many cookies, I'm going to do them in all capital letters. I'm going to put an exclamation point. That will help me remember. It was a lot of cookies. Let's see. And the exact problem is that it was way too much sugar for our dear Drew to handle. Now, to be honest with you, I think I'm done with this first paragraph. I don't need to fill in 4 and 5. They're there if I need them, but I think we're good. So I'm going to pretend they're not there. All right. Now, going on to the next thing. What's going on in this picture? What are they doing? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? How is it all being done? So, here's what I came up with. After thinking about it, let's see. What happens is first, Drew finds the styrofoam, fake snow, and it's in a box. That's all I need to write down. That's enough to help me remember what's going on. Now, what they're doing at the moment is Mom has gathered them for a yearly picture. And so, they are gathered for the yearly picture. Drew is energetic. Think of him bouncing off the walls, not standing still. Anthony's annoyed already. Anthony annoyed. And then the horrible thing happens. During the picture, the styrofoam is thrown. Now I'm going to use a symbol here, so this will tell me at Anthony. You can also use an at symbol, but I like the physical motion here because it shows it's thrown at Anthony. All right, I don't really need number 5. I think I'm good. All right, now I'm going into the what happens next. Now this is a little bit harder to think of, and so you may need to get a little creative and just think about what happens next in your picture if you don't have a picture 3. So for me, here's what I think happens next. Anthony is mad, absolutely mad, and he leaves the room. Now Drew calms down a little bit and he follows to see why in the world his brother's so angry. Anthony would explain Drew is not being mature, not nearly as mature as he expects him to be. And using this symbol, the international no sign, is always a handy way to say not doing whatever. So I think after that, we'll have apologies, because that's just the right thing to do, and then perhaps they will eat cookies together, and we all live happily ever after, the end. So I don't need a number 5 there. So this is a keyword outline. All I did was I took these ideas, what I thought was happening in my picture, and I reorganized them into a keyword outline. So next, let me show you how I would write this. So here we go. And since this is off the top of my head, it might sound a little bit rough, but we're just going to go with it. So, brothers Drew, Anthony. Let's see. I think I'm going to borrow this first sentence and make this my number 1 instead. So, another Christmas has arrived. Let's see. Drew and Anthony, who, underline that, are brothers, arrived at their mom's house. Now, as you can see, I kind of took this out of order, but that's okay. The more important thing is that I used my notes and I used them to create the sentences. So let's see. Before dinner, let's see, Drew indulged, it's a good word, in the plate of cookies. It was too much sugar for him, though. All right, so first paragraph's done. Now let's go ahead and move on to the second one. So Drew finds the styrofoam box. So after dinner, Drew quietly found a box filled with styrofoam balls. He hid it behind his back while Mom took the yearly picture of the brothers. Let's see. Drew smiled energetically. How's that? I like that LY word. Let's see. Anthony was annoyed. Let's see. Just as Mom pushed the button to take the picture, Drew threw, I gotta love that rhyming, styrofoam all over Anthony. Oh no! All right. Anthony was angry and left the room. Oops. The room. There we go. Let's see. Drew calmed down as he followed Anthony. Let's see. Anthony goes into the kitchen. Yes, I'm just making up things as I go along. That's okay. Let's see. Anthony, complained, gotta use good words, to his brother that he was not behaving maturely. Another LY. Let's see. Drew quickly, it's another LY, unintentional, apologized. Afterwards, they both smiled. Why not? And ate and shared. Let's go with shared a cookie together. There we go. I just wrote 3 paragraphs right in front of you using just this keyword outline. Now sometimes your keyword outline is going to need to be reordered like I did with the first couple of sentences, and that's okay. The keyword outline is more for you to have the notes and to start creating an order for yourself. If as you're writing you find that that order doesn't necessarily work as well as you thought it would, it's okay to rearrange things a little bit. So anyways, that is our lesson for this week. So, as always, if you have any questions, let me know. And enjoy yourselves as you create your keyword outlines and start your paragraphs.